we'll move on to the next one here.
Hold
Do
on.
you guys remember when I talked about Suzy Liu a while back?
Who?
Vaguely.
Yeah, okay, so as a
Yeah.
quick refresher, Suzy
The
Liu.
one with the inside connections.
Yeah, so I'll do a quick review
Oh.
of the situation. So Suzy Liu is predominantly an anime reaction channel. She also does do like gaming, like gaming commentaries
Okay,
and
I
stuff like
remember.
that.
You don't have to continue.
Daryl, are you?
What?
He doesn't need to be up to. He knows.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So pretty much kind of an update to this channel. So apparently a large majority of her anime videos on YouTube got copyright claimed, as well as her Patreon has been, terminated. And I guess for the sake of discussing it and for the context of it all, Suzy Liu is a anime reaction channel that also does gameplay videos. But she came under heat for copyright claiming another user, Mark After Dark's video, for using like a 2 or 3 second clip of her, her video in his video, and people found that very ironic that she was like, "Oh, you're gonna be copyright claiming this, but you literally just watch full episodes of anime and upload it on YouTube." And apparently, she also touted having a inside connection in YouTube that was able to apparently reclaim her account from 3 copyright claims. I think these are like the serious ones that would, when you have enough of these, they actually terminate your channel for that. So apparently, by some miracle of God, Suzy Liu was just like seemingly this like untouchable copyright monster on YouTube. Now, she got a little bit more press about this situation thanks to 2 channels in predominantly Tipster News and John Swan. They made a lot of continued coverage on this, and it's just gone to the point now that anime companies have apparently now getting involved. Funimation and I think Toei Tecmo. I don't think that's an anime company. I know for a fact Funimation.
Tecmo is not.
Yeah, I know Funimation's getting involved. With sort of seeing hey, we see full episodes of anime on YouTube and on Patreon. So for the time being, it looks like that both of those avenues are gone for both Suzy Liu and her boyfriend Stejo. She is claiming that it's because she is moving all of her stuff over to her personal website, which should be worse because then the companies can just directly sue her for uploading directly on that website. The most recent update I have about this is that she clickbaited suicide in a sense where she made an Instagram post saying about how she went off to the night and was like, I felt awful. I feel like ending it all because of all this harassment I'm getting for the situation. And people were genuinely worried, hey, is this a suicide post? And then her next video was titled "Goodbye" in lowercase letters. And
Jeez.
Wow, lowercase.
hold up, it gets better. About 5 minutes after that, it got changed to "Goodbye, Sensei, Jiraiya death reaction."
Goodbye, everybody.
Wow.
So
I've
think about
got
this.
to go.
That is the situation she was
Gotta
in.
leave you all behind and
Scripted.
face the
So
truth.
I don't know. As far as I know, there so far is not a full resolution.
Mama. Ooh.
You're singing,
what-
dude.
Yeah, so there's no complete resolution quite yet. We don't know if the anime companies are going through with a full lawsuit yet, or obviously these kinds of things take time. So right now it doesn't look good for Suzy
They will
Liu.
probably settle. If they don't settle, she's bankrupt.
I think another thing
True.
to bring up is that she also picked some beef with an anime voiceover was it voice artist? No. Voice actor? Yeah,
Sure.
voice actor. Well, that's what
Voice
it's called.
actor.
Yeah, she apparently picked some beef with the voice actor because obviously the voice actors, they don't get paid that much, and they're watching someone make more money watching anime as opposed to, actually working.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking whack.
Wait, I thought voice actors were basically real actors, at least in Japan.
No, dude, they don't get paid shit.
Yeah, you get
They
paid
get
for
paid hella little.
you get paid decent hourly wage, but you only get to work very few hours in a week. Is apparently how she described the industry.
Wait, where though? In the
This
US?
is the U.S. Yeah, this is dubbed. This is dubbed voice actor, so it might be different.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
still.
they treat you they treat you even worse here because the quality of the dubs are just
True.
You know.
There's not really like a fan base or a market really for U.S. voice actors.
Yeah, and it doesn't help either, so it just perpetuates the mediocrity of it, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like,
doesn't
why
get any better
bother?
if no one likes it.
I really like Johnny
Yeah.
Young Bosch's stuff. Like his voices have always been something
Yeah, you
I
know,
always
like,
found
you know,
entertaining.
the Pokemon, you know, the friggin' Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's like,
oh, come on,
here,
like, come on, guys. Like,
dude, here you
those
have
are
like
only
what,
two.
maybe 10 voice actors that are in like fucking everything that people largely accept. Okay, these guys are pretty good. But then in like, let's say Japan or something, right? You got a lot more than that.
Yeah. It's like pretty much every new show can create like a new star essentially, right? In the
Yep.
in the industry. But so yeah, so sort of tying it all together, right? So Suzy Liu is in deep water for this, but I'm curious about the implications that this brings. Yeah, I'm curious about the implications this brings to the entirety of YouTube itself, right? Because she's not the only anime reaction channel that's out there, but she's the one that's had the most press on this and is pretty much the driving force to what I would imagine almost is like saying YouTube now can no longer have like anime uncut anime
Well-
episodes, maybe clips.
well-
I think are debatable, and then moving on forward from there.
Yeah, well, even clips, some animation companies like still slay them.
Well, I think like what wasn't it? Unless you're actually criticizing something in what you're watching, you're breaking.
Yeah, it's
copyright.
straight up not allowed technically
Yeah.
for copyright. So like, yeah, even if clips, they're like, yeah, by the grace of the animation companies that they stay up.
Yeah,
It's not the other way.
And for the most part, they haven't really cared up until now, when it like a lot of press was brought to it. At least within the U.S. I don't know if how many people in Japan are like following the situation, going like, "Oh, this is really bad."
Well,
They probably don't care.
one more
Yeah.
Yeah.
one more thing is like, does she do anything to alter the
Yeah, so she
like,
does.
appearance of
So what she does is you take the anime episode, drop it down to about a quarter size of your screen, and then slightly make it transparent.
Oh,
like-
so is that the way that she's found to like avoid auto copyright?
Yeah,
To juke the
yeah. So it's
juke
like
the
2015 reaction channels level kind of stuff, where it's like you just have like the supposedly the content being like the person reacting to it is supposed to be like the majority of the video, and like that's why by some legal fucking bullshit loophole, this is okay.
Well, like, honestly, for me personally, like, I don't actually see a problem with that, just because it's so small. Like, it's like, who actually watches it from here? Like, who is this hurting? Like, you know, I can't see it. You know, it's like 240p. I ain't watching that in 240p.
I think it might actually not
Like-
be. It might not be in 240p. It might be actually be in pretty decent quality. But the
Well,
problem
yeah,
is that
no,
it's
but like by comparison, like,
yeah.
you know, sure, it's 1080, but it's scaled down to the size of a freaking peanut. You know, like,
Hey, not
what am I
that
supposed to
small.
watch?
Like it's like a quarter size of the screen.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you have to like squint your eyes to see the subs or something. You know, like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it's a really weird situation because like, it's like, does this mean that all reaction, like if you can you now react to anime channels? And I think the answer to that is still yes. You just have to do it in a way. I think one of the other reasons that Suzy Liu was under so much fire is because her reactions were like really mediocre. Like there was no real reaction. It was just watching someone watch an episode of anime.
I'm not offended by people who create mediocre content. I'm offended by the people who consume the mediocre content and pay money to see more. Like,
Yeah, she has a
what is
Patreon.
this?
She makes like over. She made at least over like what I think it was at least 10,000 a month on just Patreon
How?
alone.
Holy shit.
like how? This is a simp problem again. All right, guys.
True.
Let's dial it back.
Wait.
Like,
She even has a boyfriend too.
how? Yeah, so you can have simp white knights still.
I know, but I think that's really
Bro.
sad.
Dude, having a
Like,
boyfriend doesn't
what?
change anything. The simps just come in there and be like,
no,
"Oh,
no.
he doesn't deserve you."
No, it gets the cucks to come in too.
Ooh.
Okay.
But yeah, like, how does one make $10,000 a month for mediocre reaction? Like,
Oh,
who's paying for this?
Actually, though,
I'm-
I think all reaction stuff aren't really criticizing the things they're watching, and they're actually breaking copyright, right?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
there is a way that like there's like a somewhat kind of like an obscure guideline to like what consider proper reaction versus sort of just watching it and like
Wait,
not really doing
reaction
anything.
period isn't under. It's not
Yeah,
allowed.
look.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not even debating
it's
like
hard to say, right?
whether or not it's under. No, it's not hard to
No,
say.
because without that, the
It
Fine Bros
really
would
has
be
to be criticism.
without that, the Fine Bros would be completely out of business. Their whole thing
Well,
is that they react to
they're
stuff.
also right, but then I don't know. No one took them.
Well, no, because what they're doing is technically like it's not. The idea is that like fair use, it has to be some amount
Well,
of
look,
like.
look, it's a civil case, right? Like someone has to instigate it in order for it to go through.
Oh
like
yeah.
just because like it's there doesn't mean that it's legal technically. It's just that no one's pressing charges. Like no one's
Well, no. So
yo,
there are
my
two.
copyright.
I think there are two technical. There are two actual legal cases in regards to fair use, right? You have the H3H3
Yeah.
lawsuit, and most recently the Sargon of Akkad lawsuit. And I think both of those still stand. I think the main point there being that does this content take away from the primary audience of
Well,
the
Well, for I think
original
for
content.
H3's thing, right? I think I've seen some of that, and they were like criticizing some like
Yeah, Matt
random
House.
dudes YouTube.
They're
Right? Yeah,
actually
like
criticizing.
actual criticism. They're like discussing stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
you're still using
in
clips.
tandem.
You're still using clips and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like,
Yeah, that's allowed
discussion.
though. That's allowed to use.
But wait,
clips.
but what? Okay, what's Susie Lou doing? Like
Yeah.
making faces, saying a couple words in between frames. Like,
Yeah,
is
I'm
that
saying,
what she's doing?
Yeah, so that's what Suzu was pretty much. What that was her level of
Actually
reaction.
not.
That's not criticism.
Yeah, but I'm saying like of the
It's
other.
not transformative.
I'm saying of the other
Yeah.
channels that do put in an effort, to try to make it quote unquote transformative. Like I feel like even
And they're fine.
yeah. But I feel like even they might start
Is
struggling.
transformative even like a thing they care about though?
You have to like be able to like show that the new content is for a different audience than the original content. That's pretty much the idea of being
Well.
transformative. But yeah, yes, I don't know. Like this, I feel like just having the anime companies getting more involved in the situation now just will complicate things at least in the next,
Well,
5.
just let
few
them
months.
decide. Then it's their content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the final judge.
Okay.
Judge,
Well,
jury, and
actually, though,
executioner.
even if even if you did follow all the rules, a company that didn't want you to put their stuff there could just crush you anyways.
True.
Yeah, they can still take you to court
Legal
anyways. But
weight.
yeah,
All right.
like if the company doesn't like you, then the company doesn't like you. Like yeah, it's more or less that. Like if you're singing good songs about their work, then they'll be like, okay, keep them there.